Alright, welcome back. So now that we have our line trace working when we're stepping on the floor, like you can see on the screen over here, it's time to create our physic materials. So to do so, you're going to need to go inside the Edit Project setting, and inside Physics, you're going to see that I already have mine created over here, but basically this is where you're going to add your surface type. And you're going to understand in a second what I mean over here. So just create, you can see over here you have 62 possibilities. It's impossible that you find 62. Like the max I ever had in a game was like 8. So with 3 you should be fine for today. So 1 wood, 1 concrete, 1 gravel. So by default you're going to have nothing over here, so just go ahead and name it the way you want, and then you can close this. Make sure to save, and save the 2 different ways to make sure that they are applied to your scene. And then from here we're going to go inside our materials, and I'm going to go ahead and delete those like that, and we're going to make ourselves a material, physic material. And then from here, like that, select and start. So from there, I'm going to call one wood and just double click inside. Now you're going to have all these settings over here, but like always, I always make a little bit of research first online before making my episode, just to make sure that you get more for your time. And I don't try to recreate if I find something that's actually nice. So I already have a nice tutorial that you're going to have on the screen right now or in the description below, where you can go learn all about these little friction and the restriction, the restitution, the density, and how to play with all these. But basically we're just going for the sound effect right now. So we're going to do the surface type, we're going to identify it to the wood, and save, and we're done for that. But there's a lot of nice features that you can learn from there. You can learn how to make a material surface with less friction. Would be like maybe ice, where you can start slipping on it, or you can add buoyancy, I think, somewhere where you can have something that makes your character bounce off, like a rubber or something like that. Very nice. And then you have yours. So let's make a copy, duplicate, and let's call this concrete, and another duplicate, or call this gravel. And let's make our this one's the gravel, this one is the concrete. There you go. So now that this is done, make sure to save everything and save current. We can jump back because we have our materials. Now we can jump back inside the character, and we were in the blueprint over here, and we can continue our event. So from the hit, we're going to do a break hit result, because we want to know what we're going to be actually hitting. And from here we're going to do a branch. So if the condition over here is true, then the event is going to be firing. If the hit actually happens. So we want our physic material. So from here you're going to do a get surface type like that, and from there we're going to do a switch on a physic surface. And you're going to see over here, if we would have not created our new surfaces, they would not be here right now. It would only be the default that would be there. And that's why I wanted to make it before. Now that they're made, let's grab our character, and now you guessed it, now we're going to assign the sounds. So I can show you the first one, and then we can speed up from there. So get, let's say wood sound effect. And then from here we're going to do a play sound. And if you had a nice sound attenuation, you could do a sound at location, and then connect these here, and then you could put your attenuation here and drive the location exactly to the location of the hits. That way you would hear it as a realistic sound. So let's do the other sounds. Alright, there you have it. Now we have our sounds done. Now everything should work, but there's still one last thing that you have to set. because I didn't apply the physics materials to any of the surface over here, which are the materials. So simple enough. Now that you have everything set, all you have to do is go inside the actual material, and let's double click on this one, and you're going to see right here on the left that you can add a physics material property. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, this one is the gravel, so we're going to go get gravel type, and then I think I have two different over here, so let's just make sure I get both, and then apply. This takes a little bit of time, and this one too. And let's go see if that works. So now that we did those two, technically if I go inside the scene, it should identify the gravel, and you see it actually works. It's very fast for now, but you're going to understand why in a second. It's going to be in a separate episode where we're going to add another thing that's missing so that it can be following the actual speed of the character and not the animation. So now that we did that, let's do it for the rest of our materials. I'm going to speed up the video and I'm going to do this part faster. So let's see if this works. So everything should work now. We have our concrete. So concrete over here, wood over here, and gravel. Now for the, I'm sure you notice over here now, I'm actually walking, but the character is like, it feels like I'm running if you hear the sound. And the reason that is because we are gonna need a blend space between our idle and our run, because right now if you check the animations of our character, right away when he starts moving, so let's go ahead and go inside the anim graph. So what's happening right now is from idle to run is a simple switch, and this is not what we want. We actually want we don't want it to go right away to run as soon as the character start moving, or else what's going to happen is that exactly this is going to happen. You're going to start hearing everything like the character is actually in a run state. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. In the next episode, we're going to do a nice blend space between the idle and the run animation so that you can have a smoother walk, just like we did in the example of this episode. So hope you like this. Like always, leave a like and subscribe if this helped you, or share it with someone. And I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.